This has been Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck. Dodgers Baseball is brought to you by Superior Grocers. Quality, variety, and value. Shakey's Pizza. Get more meal for deal at Shakey's.com. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. First pitch is coming up on your home of the world champion LA Dodgers.
The Dodgers cement their dynasty.
The rest of the baseball world,
something has to give here,
hates us.
Nobody can do this but the Dodgers.
They hate us.
Something has to happen here. This is untenable.
Because they are not us. Welcome to world champion LA Dodgers baseball.
Back to back.
Dodgers baseball, brought to you by
Galpin Motors. Family owned and operated since 1946. Children's Hospital LA. From colds to cancer, we got this. Hoffy Hot Dogs. A SoCal original treasure. Local, original, great. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. And by Daniel's Jewelers. Official sponsor of every trip around the diamond. Own the dream. First pitch is coming. World champion LA Dodgers baseball is moments away.
Hi, I'm Teoscar Hernandez. As a parent, I know that being present makes all the difference. I have 3 young sons, and I learned that kids don't just hear our words, they feel them too. The way we respond in tough moments, the sense of security we provide, it all matters. When we help our kids to feel heard and supported, we help them feel safe and protected. That's why I support First 5 California and their mission to ensure every child has a stronger start in life. Learn more at first5california.com.
How do we rise? By being the home of firsts. From UCLA alum Jackie Robinson breaking barriers to Dr. Gottlieb reporting the first AIDS cases, innovation isn't just part of our history, it's in our DNA. It's what drives us to keep on finding answers no one else could, like performing the first human bladder transplant. So we keep on setting the standard, rising together to change medicine and lives. UCLA Health. Keep on rising.
Experience game-changing speeds with Spectrum. Get fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet to cover all your bases, from streaming, working, to everything else. And with Spectrum Mobile running on America's fastest 5G network, you can stay connected at home or on the road. Plus, when internet and mobile team up, you save big. Switch today, LA, and see how Spectrum helps you score. Visit Spectrum.com to learn more. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines.
The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd must mean baseball is back. And there's nothing better than listening to the boys in blue while grilling up some tasty Hoffy hot dogs.
Both have tradition and quality that make them the best. Hoffy's been an LA staple nearly 100 years, and Hoffy beef franks are legendary, including that Hoffy bacon-wrapped hot dogs. Yeah, we said bacon-wrapped hot dogs.
So kick back and enjoy the sounds of spring as you enjoy that perfectly grilled, great-tasting hot dog with all your favorite toppings.
Because what's a baseball game without a great hot dog?
Hoffy, so good, they're cramalicious.
Tim Cates here. There's nothing like the thrill of baseball and the legendary moments that make every inning unforgettable. Pair those rich moments with an ice-cold, crisp Sapporo beer. From first pitch to walk-off wins, Sapporo has you covered with a variety of refreshing lagers, including light and non-alcoholic beers. Celebrating 150 years of Japanese brewing tradition, Sapporo is carefully crafted to be full of flavor. So when it's game time, make the winning call and grab a Sapporo. Sapporo, good.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about. It's getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Hit to right field, backing up Judge, running out of room on the track, reaches up, and he made the catch.
Over the head of Beavers, walk it off. The Pirates defeat the Orioles, and they've won 4 in a row. Adell's back near the wall, he leaps, and he caught it. Joe Adell robs Raleigh of what would have been his first home run this year. Adele is back. He's at the wall. He leaps up. He got another one. Whoa. Joe Adele, what a night.
That is unbelievable. Joe Adele.
Toward the corner. It's Joe Adele again near the foul pole. Leaping up. Did he catch it again? Joe Adele with his third home run robbery tonight.
This might be the greatest defensive night by an outfielder ever.
Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
On this road trip, and they have been absolutely scintillating as far as the offense and the pitching and the defense. Not so bad either. Dodgers coming on, leading the Western Division of the National League by 4 games in front of San Diego, Arizona, and Colorado. The Giants are 5.5 games out in the Western Division. For the Blue Jays, off to a very slow start. They're 4.5 behind the American League Eastern Division New York Yankees. Baltimore is second, Tampa third, then Toronto, followed by the Boston Red Sox. So the Dodgers, 9 wins, 2 losses, 5-0 on the road. Here's Dave Roberts' starting lineup and dual purpose for Shohei Ohtani today. Yes, he's the designated hitter. He is also pitching today as well. So Ohtani will lead it off. Kyle Tucker batting second and playing in right field. Will Smith doing the catching. Freddie Freeman is at first base. At third is Max Muncy. Teoscar Hernandez is in left. Andy Pages continues to be red hot. Comes on hitting over 450. He's in center field. Alex Freeland, the bat starting to liven up a little bit, is at second base. And Miguel Rojas, heavy heart with the passing of his father yesterday, is in the lineup in a tribute to his father and to his family. And Rojas will be at the shortstop position. It is Dylan Cease on the mound for Toronto. And for Cease, his third start, still looking for a decision. Not lacking on his part. He's worked 9 2/3. He's not had a whole lot of run support behind him. He struck out 18 in those 9 2/3 innings. And for Ohtani as a pitcher, his second start, he went 6 shutout innings against Cleveland in his first start. And that was a heavy usage of splitters in that game, 15 to be exact. He walked 3, gave up only 1 hit. That was a 4th inning double. The umpiring assignments.
How can you go from a South Carolina trailblazer through a...
You called the balls and strikes. Bellino's the crew chief. Mark Rippiger is at first. Shane Leibensparger umpiring at second. And Dan Merzel is over at third. The Dodgers, following completion of today's game, will board their charters. They'll head back to Los Angeles tomorrow, a scheduled off day, but back at Dodger Stadium on Friday as the Texas Rangers will come into town. So we will join you on Friday with 6 o'clock with the Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck show. First pitch at 7:10, and it's going to be Tyler Glasnow who will deliver that first pitch for the Dodgers in the opening series against the Rangers, followed by the New York Mets, who will come in behind Texas. So the Dodgers trying to make it a perfect road trip. They're 5-0. They swept easily the first 2 games of this series in Toronto. Happy to have you with us. All set to go. And to play, here's Steven.
Thank you, Mo. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening. One more game in Toronto for the Dodgers and trying to make it back-to-back sweeps in the first road trip of the year. This World Series rematch already clinched for LA. Now they want to close it out in style against a familiar foe in the right-hander Dylan Cease. Shohei Ohtani climbs in for his first at-bat, brought to you by Asahi Super Dry, Japan's #1 selling beer. Seek what is unique. Dylan Cease And his first pitch missed the zone, ball one downstairs. We get underway on schedule, 3:07, 68 degrees inside. The 1-0 pitch. Skips to the backstop and makes Ohtani dance with ball two. Today's Time and Tep were brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani, the unicorn in this sport. He has the longest active on-base streak and the longest active scoreless inning streak. The 2-0 pitch from Cease, up and away, ball three, a fastball at 97. Dodgers in their road grays, tops and bottoms. The Blue Jays in their baby blue, powder blue home uniforms. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Ohtani was a statue. He takes a strike. A fastball in there for Sneese on the board. Ohtani with a 5-game hitting streak. 3 for 9 in this series. Ahead 3-1. Here's the pitch. It is upstairs. Ball four, a leadoff walk, and another game added to the on-base streak. Now 43. That ties him with Augie Gallan. The summer of 1945, he was on in 43 straight games safely. It's the 8th longest streak in franchise history.
It's a good day to be indoors. You mentioned 68 in here. It's 30 outside with a wind chill of 23.
Yikes. Here's Kyle Tucker. One on, nobody out. Ball one outside from Cease. And this is what you see from time to time with the Jekyll and Hyde righty, Mo. When he is on, he is as good as any pitcher in the game. But when he's just a little bit off, then he loses command and he issues some walks. The pitch. Cease misses again. Ball two to Tucker.
I've gotten the feeling sometimes watching Cease, his ability is unlimited, but sometimes if he falls behind it, as for what you're saying, looks like he gets into a hurry to try and force it over the plate.
He's thrown 7 pitches, 6 of them balls. The 2-0. Tucker swings and pops it back toward our booth. It'll drop down to our right. First strike for Tucker.
Well, we also know that on the pregame show, talking about the fact that Tucker made that Cease the last 2 years, he's thrown more off-speed pitches than any other starting pitcher in baseball.
Two and one out of the stretch comes Cease. Tucker is jammed. He swings through strike two, busting him up and in with a fastball at 97. Did Cease.
Well, strange to say, a lot of high percentage of off-speed stuff, especially when you're looking at already today, he's thrown 97 and 98 with a heater.
Ohtani on first, no outs, just underway in the first inning. Here's the 2-2. Tucker fouls it straight back. It was a knuckle curve. Cease has 6 pitches in his arsenal, Mo, but he is primarily a 2-pitch guy. It's a fastball and a really good slider. Those 2 pitches about 83% of the time. Another 2-2 pitch coming into Tucker. It's down and in, ball 3.
And there was the slider.
Tucker smacks the dirt out of his left cleat, plants it. That's his back left foot as a left-handed hitter. He awaits the payoff. Here it is. Tucker fouls another one back. That may have gotten a piece of the umpire behind home plate, Dan Bellino, the crew chief.
Just looking around the home plate area, and Tucker again knocking the dirt out of his cleats. It looks a little damp around home plate.
You're right, especially next to that left-handed batter's box. Still 3-2, another payoff. Inside, ball 4, back-to-back walks for the Dodgers in this first inning.
Here's where the Dodgers have been shining in this series. 7 for 24 with runners in scoring position. But on this road trip as a team in spots like this, they're hitting .322. They've allowed just a .234 average against them with runners in scoring position.
Dylan Cease getting a visit on the mound from Tyler Heineman and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. 2 on, nobody out. Back-to-back free passes issued by Dylan Cease. His first start of the year against the A's on March 28th, 5 1/3 innings, struck out 12, including 7 in a row. His last outing against his old club, the White Sox, just 4 1/3 innings, issued 3 walks. First and second, no outs. Here's Will Smith, one of the Dodgers' Game 7 heroes. Takes a first pitch strike from Cease. It was a sweeper to start against Smith. Smith was 0 for 5 yesterday with an RBI ground out, hitting .235 his first 10 games. 0-1, Cease kicks and fires. Smith swings a little late, fouls a fastball to the first base side for strike 2.
That was 98, but that was right down the middle.
Now, Smith hasn't seen Cease particularly well in his career. He's 2 for 14 with 8 strikeouts against the righty. Behind 0-2. And Cease will throw back to second base. Ohtani safely there with that right hand, a head-first slide.
The infield is playing to pull, but the outfield, big gap in left center. Center fielder Varsho's playing over into right center.
First and second, nobody out. Scoreless as the top of the first is just underway. Cease disengages. That is his second one in this plate appearance. Now he's ready for an 0-2 pitch. It's on the way, and he misses upstairs. Another upper 90s fastball from Cease, but that one about neck high for Will Smith. Dodgers would like to get Ohtani in sooner than later so he can get ready for the bottom of the first when he's pitching. Poke foul by Smith. Stays alive at 1-2.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier, is it if you're trying to wear out Ohtani on days he's pitching, do you want to put him on base? Try pickoff moves. Well, that's exactly what's happened so far.
Back-to-back walks to begin the game, now trying to bring him home. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Cease. And it hooks away from Smith, squaring the count.
Well, Cease has been up in the strike zone. And if you go down with a fastball to Will Smith, you're asking for trouble. Why? Well, last year, Will Smith on low fastballs hit .476.
That sounds good. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, strike 3. First K for Cease in the first out of the inning.
And that's on the slider.
So Smith now 2 for 15 with 9 strikeouts against Dylan Cease. That brings us to Freddie Freeman. One of the only Dodgers who hears anything resembling cheers here in Toronto. First and second, 1 out, no score here in the top of the first inning. The first pitch from Cease. Upstairs on Freddie, ball 1. Though, with every home run that Freddie Freeman hit in last year's World Series and here in this series, the cheers flip to boos.
The applause dwindles.
Yeah. Cease looks back at Ohtani, comes home to Freeman, and misses low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
There's the changeup.
Freeman 3 for 8 in the series, 2 extra base hits, including a homer. He's driven in 3. On a 2-0, Freeman can't lay off the high fastball. Swings through strike 1.
Well, that's where Cease is going to be challenging a lot of hitters in trying to move the ball upstairs, especially if he gets ahead in the count.
Freeman 6 for 18 lifetime against Cease, and a .312 hitter in his career here at Rogers Center. Here comes the 2-1. Freeman hits it on a line to second base, and Kyle Tucker is caught in no man's land. He is doubled off, and that ends the inning. So the Dodgers have runners on first and second, nobody out, nobody scores. So now Ohtani will go to work on the mound after this on the Dodgers Audio Network in a scoreless game.
To win on the field, it takes a singular focus. One team working together to claim victory. At City of Hope, our team of over 2,000 experts brings the same focus to our sole mission, ending cancer. That focus has led to cancer breakthroughs, to one of the largest clinical trial programs in LA.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he's out. Yes, sir. Is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Jim Abbott has a no-hitter. 2 outs into the ninth, and he'll have to face Carlos Baerga. And the ground ball is short. Velarde, he did it! He did it! No-hitter for Jim Abbott.
Needs championship care. Go to chla.org. Dodgers squander a top of the first inning opportunity against Dylan Cease after back-to-back walks to begin the inning. Cease is able to wiggle out of it unscathed. And so now Shohei Ohtani preparing for his second start on the mound this year. He beat Cleveland on the 31st of March. Mo, you watched him go 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit, walked 3, hit a batter, but struck out 6, and he threw 87 pitches.
Yeah, did not give up a hit until the 4th inning, and also something that you do not see normally. A starting pitcher, bottom of the first inning, warming up, and his uniform is already soiled where he went diving back into second base.
Ohtani getting some extra time to warm up given the unique circumstances of his job, or how he does his job, rather unique compared to anybody else. He'll face a Blue Jays lineup that features George Springer at the top as the DH, Dalton Varsho, the center fielder, hitting second, Vlad Guerrero Jr. at first base hitting third. Jesus Sanchez will clean up in left field. Ohtani's countryman Kazuma Okamoto will bat 5th at third base, Ernie Clement at second, and the final 3, Nathan Lucas in right field, Andres Jimenez in short, and Tyler Heineman, UCLA Bruin, behind the plate catching. George Springer has seen Ohtani incredibly well in his career. He's 9 for 17. That's a .529 average with 2 homers. The first pitch of the game from Shohei is ball 1, and we got our first ABS challenge.
Previous
already.
pitch is a ball. The catcher is challenged.
Will Smith tapped the helmet. First challenge of the game, and it is.
Pitch is the ball. Los Angeles has 1
really
challenge
not
remaining.
close. I mean, that's the first pitch of a ball game. So much about, well, here's what we're going to do, here's what we're not going to do, and Dodgers already down to just 1 challenge left.
That was the 15th challenge issued by Smith. Ohtani delivers a sweeper to even the count 1-1. That's the most in baseball. He does have 9 successful challenges. A ball and a strike, the pitch. Oh, swing and a miss brings Springer to a knee in the batter's box. He lost his footing, or he's kicking around the dirt in the back end of the right-handed batter's box.
Playing up there, Dan Bellino's crew chief is like, he went to clean off the plate, saying, look what you did to my plate.
Ohtani ahead of Springer, ball and 2 strikes, has the pitch, and here it is. Hooks outside, 2-2. If you look at Shohei Ohtani's hat, the right side of the hat, Mo, he has written the initials MR for Miguel Rojas. The 2-2, Springer slices one foul on the right field side. That, of course, for his teammate Miguel Rojas, whose father, Miguel Rojas, passed away yesterday. So Shohei Ohtani paying tribute on his hat for this start. Another 2-2 to Springer. Hit on the ground, left side and through the 6th hole. A 2-strike leadoff single for George Springer, who continues to own Shohei Ohtani, now 10 for 18 lifetime.
The Blue Jays hoping to turn things around. They have not played good baseball in each of the first 2 games. You can make the statement, being 4-7, they've not played good baseball, period.
Oh, a 6-game losing streak, the longest for Toronto since June of 2024. They've scored just 11 total runs in this 6-game skid. And in this series, the Dodgers pitching staff has held them to a 169 team average. Ohtani's first pitch to Dalton Varsho was a ball down and in the dirt. Varsho 1 for 6 with a couple of walks in this series. The pitch slips out of Ohtani's hands, a curve up and away, ball 2. One on, nobody out, no score, bottom of the first. The pitch. Chop foul toward the Dodgers on deck circle, 2-1.
Springer's not a guy out-and-out speed, but he's a guy that will gamble at times and try and get that extra secondary lead and get a running start if you're not paying attention.
The 2-1. Varsho a little late on the swing, fouls back to sweeper, squares the count. Ohtani trying to get back at Toronto a little bit. The last time he pitched on the mound here was Game 7. Started that game for the Dodgers on 3 days rest, pitching the second time in his career on 3 days rest. He throws over to first. Freddie Freeman digs it out of the dirt. Springer sliding back safely. 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, including a 3-run home run by Bo Bichette, no longer a Blue Jay, now with the New York Mets. Ohtani also walked 2 and struck out 3 in his 51 pitches. Here's the 2-2. Varsho hits it on the ground, right side. Freeland has it. The underhand toss to Rojas. Here's the turn. Not in time. Varsho beat the throw by a half a step. The Dodgers may want to challenge. Dave Roberts waiting for the signal. They say play on. So 4-6 in your scorebooks. 1 out in the inning. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. In Ohtani's first World Series start last year, it was Guerrero hit a home run off of him, kind of changed the vibe of the series. He tries to hit one to British Columbia on the first pitch, and he swings through strike 1. 1 on, 1 out, no score in the first. The 0-1 pitch is a sinker way outside, and Guerrero was adjusting his belt as Ohtani was in his windup.
Guerrero has 2 home runs against Ohtani, but Guerrero's been held silent. He's 0 for 7 in this series.
1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball left side and through beyond a diving Muncy at third base. Varsho stops at second. And Guerrero's first hit of the series comes with 1 out in the first inning. He gave a fist pump as he hit the bag at first base.
It's a fastball right down the middle.
First and second, 1 out. A cleanup spot, Jesus Sanchez. Former Marlin and Houston Astros, acquired from the Stros by the Blue Jays in February. Ohtani misses with a splitter, ball 1 to start.
Outfield not playing Sanchez to pull. In fact, they're playing him like a right-handed hitter, although the infield is playing to pull.
The 1-0. Sanchez takes a fastball called ball 2. Remember, Will Smith burned one of the Dodgers' 2 ABS challenges on the very first pitch of the game. Ohtani looks at Varsho on second and comes home. And he misses with ball 3. 3-0 on Jesus Sanchez. Sanchez 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts in this series. The Blue Jays, with runners in scoring position, are 7 for 49, a 143 clip. Time called on the mound. Ohtani adjusting his right cleat.
Sanchez ahead in the count. You start to look at what he's done. His home run distance average is second best in baseball. He averages 414 feet the last 2 years.
3-0, swings and pops it up. Third base side, Muncy 5 feet in foul territory, and it drops back closer to the line. That is out number 2. So swinging 3-0, Mo, and he gives Ohtani a second out.
Yeah, and I think for Sanchez, he's got to ask himself, hey, wait a minute, was that a great pitch? Not a good pitch. It has to be a great pitch. I mean, you're having trouble scoring. You've lost 6 in a row. You've got first and second, 1 out. If it was not a great pitch, why are you swinging 3-0?
2 on, 2 out. A battle of countrymen and WBC teammates. Ohtani to Okamoto. Strike 1 with a first pitch sweeper. A new Blue Jay third baseman in Toronto on a 4-year, $60 million contract. He's 3 for 8 with a double in this series. There's the pitch. Okamoto swings and cues strike 2 foul, rolling toward the Dodger dugout. Both starting pitchers with lengthy first innings. Dylan Cease needed 23 pitches to get his first 3 outs. Ohtani about to throw number 21. An 0-2 to Okamoto. And it misses low. The ball and 2 strikes. Ohtani's 1-2. He struck him out. Fastball at 100 to record his first strikeout and get him through a scoreless first inning. 2 hits, no runs, no errors, 2 left on. After 1 full, no score in Toronto.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
No, this is the backstory. Okay, this
Correct.
is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
In ball 1. Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, and Andy Pages due up for the Dodgers this inning. Max Muncy trying to find it. He is 4 for 20 on this road trip. The strikeout bug has been there more often than he would like. Swings and pops it high in the air. Shallow right field. Playable for Nathan Lucas. Drops down into his glove. 1 gone. Here in the top of the second, brought to you by Budweiser. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Teoscar Hernandez. 1 out, base is empty, no score in the second. Cease's first pitch is a ball up and away with that fastball. Again in the upper 90s, 98 from the right-hander. The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, target set up outside it for good reason. We've talked about it before. For Teo, pitches on the outside part of the plate last year hit just 170.
On a 1-1, Cease comes inside and hits the corner. Strike two.
And I would imagine, is it now 0-2? You go away, you go in. I would be surprised if they don't go away here.
Teo is granted time. Taps the cleats outside the right-handed batter's box. Recentering himself before a 1-2 pitch from Cease. Hernandez was 0 for 4, struck out 3 times last night. That snapped his 6-game hitting streak. The 1-2 pitch from Cease. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew a fastball by him.
There it was. Heineman is also one of those catchers that happens to set up rather early.
Two outs for the reigning National League Player of the Week, Andy Pages. 3 for 8 in this series. Hitting .452 through 11 games. Checks his swing on a first pitch sweeper. The Blue Jays appeal, and they say he did go. Mark Ripperger down the first base side.
I thought he was able to hold up.
Yeah, same. 0-1. Down and in, check swing, appeal, and again they say he went around. 0-2. So Cease, through 23 pitches in the first inning, is about to make quick work of the Dodgers here in the second. Ahead of Pages, 0-2. And here's the pitch. Check swing again. He could not hold up. Pages down on 3 pitches. Back-to-back Ks to finish a 1-2-3 second for Cease on just 9 pitches. 1.5 innings complete. No score.
Escape the... Contreras is chewing on the tape.
Yeah, why use a pocket when you could just eat it?
Who knew? Who knew boys of summer need a cup of hot soup bone broth? MIT, is that you?
That looks like the catcher's play all the way.
So Manny was going to make a double play, and in the way was the runner, Arias.
I think it went off his glove and over the wall, and it's a home run for Torrens, who was not sure.
That was bizarre. 2 strikes on Hunter. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a 1-run game. Second deck for Hunter Goodman. His first of the year. That thing went 435 feet.
And you get the future Hall of Famer in for Hunter Goodman. Last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher. Just a rolling curveball. Hang it. Hunter Goodman's going to destroy it.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Back to the mound for the bottom of the second, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. They make it easy. First pitch up and into Ernie Clement. He spins out of the way of ball 1. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Blue Jays. Clement 2 for 7 so far in this series, hitting .295 on the year. Ohtani bounces back with a good fastball in there for strike 1. Clement walked last night. It was his first walk of the whole season. Ohtani's 1-1. Clement swings and chops it to the left side. Muncy has it at third, sets and throws to Freddie Freeman. One gone here in the second. One out, nobody on. A first pitch curve to Nathan Lucas, misses his own. Ball one. Here's the pitch. Hooks in there for strike one. Ball and a strike. The pitch is fouled toward the Blue Jays on deck circle. Advantage Ohtani at 1-2. Fastball at 98. We saw him dial it up to 100 to get that inning-ending K in the first inning. The 1-2 to Lucas. Check swing. Did he go? No. The Dodgers lose the appeal on the third base side. Dan Roselle said Lucas held up, and I don't fully agree with that. Check swings.
I'm right with you.
Check swings are gray area. Tough calls, but it seemed like a missed one. Here's the 2-2 now. Poked in the air, left field side. It'll slice into the seats foul. We never got to see the side angle for Andy Pajas's AB finishing the last half inning, Mo, but we did get a look there at Lucas's, and the intent seemed to be there, and the extent to which he went around seemed to be there. But Ohtani has to work through it. Another 2-2 coming up. Pitch 31 in the game for Shohei. Flutters outside, filling the count 3-2. The pitch, grounded to Freeland and eats him up at second, and it ramps into right field. I don't know if it took a funny hop at the back edge of the dirt. It seemed to be a pretty routine ground ball, but ultimately Lucas is on first base. Oh, he just clanked it.
Yeah, he clanked it. The other part too is Bo hit rather hard, but Freeland did not get in front of the ball. He's going to field it off to the side with one hand.
We have seen Alex Freeland play the heck out of second base to start the year, but a misplay there scored E4. And a one-out base runner for the Blue Jays, and the number 9 hitter Jimenez. The runner goes, swung on and bounced to the right side. Freeland charging, throws to Freddie Freeman. Wide turn to second. The throw over there, not in time to get Lucas. When Freeland came in to play it, he looked briefly at Lucas to see if he was going to take off for third. Once he read the play, he threw it to first base, and then Freddie noticed the wide turn around for the base runner, fired it down to Miguel Rojas. But Lucas is safe. So Jimenez retired 4-3, and now the number 9 hitter, switch hitting catcher Tyler Heineman. Ohtani's first pitch, pulled to the Dodger dugout, foul, strike one. Is that how you're supposed to run the bases there, Mo, in that situation?
Well, he made a wide turn before he got to the second base bag, thinking of going to third. That's really gambling. If Freeland had not been running in as hard as he was charging that ball, made a nice play. Otherwise, he'd have had a play to get the runner caught between second and third.
Ohtani's curve ball misses inside, 1-1 for Heineman. Ohtani looks at second, comes home. And a strike fouled off the plate by Heineman. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Ohtani needs one more strike to get out of the inning. After a long pause on the mound, the pitch. Fouled straight back into that. A fastball at 99. Survival swing from Heineman.
And late.
Ohtani was looking at Lucas on second base for an extra beat, it seemed. So he'll try again. Another 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball from Heineman, this time a slider, and Ohtani once again has an issue with his right cleat. The lace is coming undone.
Another tardy swing also by Heineman. It looked like he was trying to hit the ball to left center.
Pitch 39 in the game from Ohtani. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Put him down with the splitter. Second K to finish a second scoreless inning, stranding the error on base. No score.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker, and here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch. It was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Breaking ball lined into the gap in right center and in for a hit.
And that was a botch of what should have been a single.
It sure was.
Went right off the heel of Teoscar Hernandez's glove when he boxed it.
I mean, Torkelson threw a baby overhand. He couldn't catch it.
How about that? First ball to the rookie making his major league debut. He loses it in the sun.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now.
Bludgeoned. He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour off the bat.
Big G ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
Donuts on the scoreboard here on this getaway Wednesday game in Toronto. The Dodgers and Blue Jays battling for a final time. It'll be the bottom of the order here in this inning for the Dodgers. Alex Freeland, Miguel Rojas, and then things turn over for Shohei Ohtani. Freeland comes to the plate as a chance to atone for the error in the field in the last half inning, though it did not come back to burn him, Ohtani, or the Dodgers. First pitch of the inning from Cease. Freeland shows a bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Okamoto is on the cut of the grass, ready to charge in. Freeland coming off a really strong Tuesday night. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He was 3 for 3 at the plate. Also reached on a sacrifice bunt. And an RBI. Scored twice. Broke out of a slump from the previous 7 games in which he was 1 for 21. So suddenly, after going 3 for 3, the average jumps to 222. Cease comes home and misses up and away. A ball and 2 strikes.
We talked last night. He's made one little adjustment, especially from the left side. His hands out away from his body a little bit more than what it was Felt that he was crowding himself, his hands in tightly.
A 1-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 consecutive Ks for Cease, 1 out in the 3rd.
Well, the Dodgers opening series displayed their gold jerseys. Caps opening series commemorate the world title. MLBshop.com, the place to go. We're the one just like the Dodgers. So check it out, MLBshop.com.
Here's Miguel Rojas for the first time. 1 out, bases empty, no score in the 3rd. Cease's first pitch. Rojas takes a strike. Rojas, yesterday, lost his father, Miguel, also known as Mickey, suddenly to a heart attack. He had texted and communicated with his dad just in the afternoon. Cease's 0-1 pitch, and Rojas flips it in the air to right center field. Varsho drifts over, and he makes the catch. And Miguel said his dad was just settling in to watch the game last night, and then before the game he got a call from another family member. He let it go to voicemail because he was getting ready for the game, but then a text message followed and said, hey, you need to call us back. And so he did, and that's when he found out his father was on the way to the hospital, and unfortunately, Mickey passed away. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Takes the first pitch, ball up and away. Rojas wanted to play in yesterday's game. He was in the initial starting lineup. But Freddie Freeman and Dave Roberts basically talked him out of it. Said, hey, you take the day, tend to your family. And so he did. He went back to the team hotel. Ceases 1-0. Ohtani takes a strike. But it was important for Rojas to be back in there today and honor his father, whose funeral is today. And so he is playing with the heaviest of hearts, but also playing alongside his teammates and brothers and his family, trying to be there for him and his immediate family. 2 balls and a strike now on Ohtani as Cease misses downstairs. Here comes Cease with the 2-1. Ohtani takes again. It's a slider in there to square the count 2-2.
Well, Steven, when you're playing with a good team and good people, you have 2 families.
And the Dodgers, every one of them in their own way, has let Rojas know, hey, we're here for you however you need. The 2-2 pitch from Cease. Outside, ball 3. Shohei walked leading off the game, so this is his second plate appearance. No score, top of the 3rd. 2 out, nobody on. Full count, so here's Cease's payoff. And Ohtani strikes out, swinging on a high fastball, neck-high fastball, and that ends the inning. So bookending K's, another 1-2-3 inning for Cease.
Another breaking ball, skied to left. And this ball is going to, it hit a bird.
You believe that?
Bird. I've never seen that.
Well, I've heard of birdies in golf. That's the first birdie I've seen in baseball.
Santana's probably thinking a bird in hand. That's the first ew of the 1987 season.
Up the middle, but what a pick by Cronenworth. He'll touch second, fired at first. The DP, you can hit it anywhere, but you can't hit it into the crowd zone.
He'll bounce it over deep in the hole, short. Backhanded by Wilson. Jumped over to first. They got him! Unbelievable!
Corks it to deep right field. Wood goes back. Goodbye. Ohtani finds it. His first extra base hit of the year. His first RBIs.
That one is driven to left field and deep, going back. Bellinger, and he makes the play. Oh, he hit off his first. Oh, wow.
Left center field. Carrying it in the gap. Connor Griffin into second. Runner waved. Here's the throw.
A teenager has doubled in a run in his first plate appearance in the major leagues.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
At AM/PM, when the Dodgers steal a base at home, you score a free Dodger dog and any 16-ounce Coca-Cola. Redeem your free feast in the AM/PM app. Let's play ball. AM/PM, too much good stuff. About to begin the bottom of the third inning with the top of the order for the Blue Jays. Scoreless for the Dodgers and Jays in this series finale. Ohtani at 39 pitches so far, giving up 2 hits. Both of those came in the first, and one of those belonged to the man digging in now. It's the DH, George Springer. Ohtani into the windup. First pitch nearly hits Springer inside with a splitter, ball 1. A 1-0. Ohtani misses upstairs with the sweeper. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Springer tries to check his swing, but he fouls a sweeper, and now it's 2-1. Surely would have been ball 3.
He said, "Don't call him Shirley." He was looking for dead red fastball, and he got something that was spinning.
Now 2-1. Ohtani rocks into the delivery, and he pulls a fastball down and away. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Springer. The pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Rojas shuffles to his left. Throws to Freddie Freeman for the first out of the inning.
When you watch Miguel Rojas, excuse me, Steven, when you see him field the ball, he doesn't just stick out his glove and catch the ball. He scoops it. He receives it. It's like every ground ball is hit to him is like he's in an egg toss contest. He kind of surrounds it very smoothly, soft hands.
Ball 1 to Dalton Varsho. 1 out, bases empty, in a scoreless third inning.
He's a great guy for coaches. If you can't videotape him, for young players, look and see how he does it.
The 1-0. Varsho takes strike 1.
But there's another area in fielding a ball, and Rojas does it, I think, as well as anyone. Mookie Betts is getting there and just watch his feet.
On a 1-1, Varsho takes down and in.
And for Miguel, he's always trying to get in front of the baseball. And the reason he's trying to get in front of it, because in order to get in front of it, you have to set your feet, get your feet moving. That helps you get into a throwing position much more rapidly.
Here's the pitch. Ohtani's curve misses away. 3-1. Back-to-back 3-ball counts.
But a lot of people just look at it and say, oh, he's got quick hands. Yeah, what about his feet? Watch the feet, the footwork of not just infielders, outfielders too.
The 3-1 to Varsho. Swing and a miss. Full count. Yeah, watching Rojas do his pregame routine every day with Chris Woodward, Dodgers first base coach, infield coach. I mean, it is something to behold. I mean, truly, that it's a clinic that you wish every young kid coming to the game that night could see. A payoff pitch to Varsho. Fouled in and out of the glove of Will Smith. And once again, the right shoelace comes undone for Ohtani on the mound. Now, something that I found out before the game today, Mo, regarding Miguel Rojas and his emotional return to the lineup. First, this 3-2 pitch from Ohtani. Varsho takes outside, ball 4, a 1-out walk. I think most Dodger fans know that when Rojas came back to the team a couple years ago, he started a couple traditions, but one of them is when the Dodgers win or sweep a series, they celebrate. They take a shot and they toast in the clubhouse. Well, last night, the Dodgers won the game and clinched the series against the Blue Jays. Miguel Rojas was back at the team hotel, tending to his family after the sudden passing of his father. Well, the Dodgers here, they maintained tradition, and they toasted Miguel Rojas and prayed for the Rojas family together.
That's what I'm talking about. When you're playing on good teams with good people, you have two families. At least two.
No score. Bottom of the third inning. 1 on, 1 out for the Blue Jays. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Ohtani's pitch. Outside, bounces away from Smith. He lost the ball, and that gave Varsho plenty of time to scamper into scoring position now on second base, and it takes the double play out of order.
Smith thought he either caught that ball because he looked at the runner at first, then went to seek the baseball.
It should be scored.
Ball.
Yeah, it should be scored that. If it's not, it's a mistake. Pass ball officially. Varsho on second, still only 1 out. The 1-0 pitch coming to Guerrero. He swings and he pops it up just beyond the infield. At shortstop is Rojas. He is there on the back edge of the dirt to secure out number 2. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network. Two outs, Varsho holding on second. Ohtani trying to hold the Blue Jays off the board and keep things scoreless in this series finale. Jesus Sanchez is the batter. First pitch, hooks inside with the curve, ball 1. Sanchez had to dance out of the way. He looked back at the mound with a playful smile at Ohtani as he's chewing his gum. Did not have the same look that Jorge Soler had in Anaheim last night as he charged Reynaldo Lopez of the Atlanta Braves. The 1-0 pitch, inside again. This time Sanchez has to dance out of the way, and he runs across home plate toward his own dugout. Ball 2 nearly hit him.
Sanchez wound up about 45 feet on the opposite side of home plate.
Oh, in Ohtani's first start of the year against Cleveland, he hit a batter down and in with a fastball that surely did not feel great.
He's motioning back to Ohtani, and he stared at him a long time just coming back to the plate.
2-0. Ohtani checks Varsho on second. He's dancing there. The focus now on Sanchez. And there's a strike. A fastball down the pipe at 99. Two and 1. Ohtani fires. And Sanchez cues it down the left field line. This is going to score the first run of the game. Into the corner. Varsho scores. It's a stand-up RBI double for Jesus Sanchez and a 1-0 lead for the Jays.
Sanchez was late to the dance on a fastball, but it paid off.
And a sight for sore eyes here in Toronto, as the Blue Jays, they hadn't held a lead since last Wednesday against the Rockies a week ago when it was 1-0 entering the 8th, and they eventually lost that game. But now they lead here today, 1-0. Here's Okamoto taking the first pitch sweeper outside, ball 1. Ohtani just has not been sharp from the start. Approaching 60 pitches, still trying to get the last out of the third. Pitch. Not close. In the left-handed batter's box with the fastball. 2-0, and visible frustration after completing that last pitch.
Yeah, and just looking at the follow-through, it has not been identical. One pitch after the next, after the next.
Out of the stretch with the 2-0. Okamoto breaks his bat and his jam, pops it up right side of the infield. Freddie Freeman is there, about halfway between the mound and first base. That's the final out of the third inning. But the Blue Jays get the first run on Sanchez's RBI double. 1-0 Toronto.
The biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Clark surveying. He leaps. He got it. First home run robbery of the year. A Superman catch from Clark.
What a play by Terang.
He is on display today. How much fun is he to watch every single day?
What a huge play from Brady House at the hot corner.
Robbing it about as casually as you can imagine, Mike Yastrzemski.
Behind the back flip by Ernie Clement. Everybody's going to be smiling about this one.
Back to the track, to the wall, and makes a leaping catch.
Here comes Young.
What a catch by Young.
How about Ropio went to a knee and almost like mid-flight flicked it over to first base.
On the run, he gets there. A lot of ground covered by Cedric Mullins there.
Young reels it in. That's a pretty play.
As if he already didn't know that Baldwin was doing everything today.
Candelario makes a great catch.
Yes, they did it on both sides. Paredes, Walker, a great play on the corners.
It starts to sink abruptly, dives forward and makes the catch.
Dodgers had their first deficit of the series. 1-0 Blue Jays. Top of the fourth. Tucker, Smith, and Freeman come to the plate for L.A. Dylan Cease ready to go. His first pitch to Tucker. Jack swing. Blue Jays appeal. No swing.
Dodgers will have to make it their sixth come from behind victory if they're going to be boarding a plane on a happy flight back to L.A. today.
The 1-0. Tucker with a swing and a miss on a changeup. A ball and a strike. Tucker walked in the first inning, then got doubled off on a Freddie Freeman line drive caught at second by Jimenez, and Tucker was halfway between first and second. A 1-1. Tucker sprays it toward left field. It's going to hang up for Sanchez. The first out. Mo, in that situation, it didn't seem like an absolute scorcher from Freddie Freeman. Is, you know, looking back, yeah, it was hitting 90 miles per hour off the bat, so not a hard hit. That's 95. No. So it seemed like a misread, clearly, from Tucker. But what is a runner supposed to do?
Well, you'll hear the base coaches will tell you over and over and over again, less than 2 outs, watch out for the line drive.
Here's Will Smith. 1 out, nobody on. Ball 1 from Cease.
Instinct sometimes will tell you, aha, go. And then you go, oh, point of no return.
Yeah, see it through.
There's a hard line drive. You're only probably going to advance one base anyway, unless it's hit either down the line or in the gap.
Cease delivers strike 1, a sinker taken by Smith. The ball and a strike the count. Dodgers trailing 1-0.
Well, Cease walked the first 2 batters that he faced. Since that time, he's been in basically complete control.
No 1-1. Delivers strike 2. The knuckle curve. He's retired 9 in a row since walking Tucker in the first inning. A ball and 2 strikes on Smith. Here's Cease. Jam Smith, he fouls it back over the net. Smith, one of the 5 Cease strikeouts so far in this game. Here's the pitch. Smith swings and bounces it left side. Charging in Okamoto. Throws across his body, and the ball skips away from Guerrero. Smith was going to be safe, and now he's going for second. No throw in. So he slides in safely to get into scoring position with 1 out in the 4th.
Yeah, it should be a base hit and an error on the throw. That was a breaking ball down and low, away. Hit a run off the end of the bat. Okamoto made the throw, but there are sometimes a first baseman, it's all good and say, well, I'm going to try and backhand the ball. At some point in time, there's some throws you just need to knock it down.
So 1 on, 1 out in the fourth. The Dodgers trailing by a run. Here's Freddie Freeman. Cease out of the stretch. Hit hard up the middle and into center field. Smith being waved home. Here's the throw. It's cut off. Freddie Freeman ties the game with an RBI base hit. A bullet off the right side of the mound and beyond a diving shortstop. And we got a new ball game here in the fourth inning.
Well, I mentioned the other night that a lot of pitchers are very cautious with Freddie Freeman on the first pitch. Why? Well, if we look the last 3 years, how about this for an average? First pitch thrown to Freeman for 3 years coming into this year, 429 average.
Now Max Muncy takes the first pitch ball down and in.
So a costly pass ball. The Dodgers, runner got in scoring position, then scored for the Blue Jays, and a costly error. The Dodgers get a runner in scoring position and score here to tie it.
Now can they continue the inning? The 1-0 from Cease. Muncy checks his swing and takes a strike at the top of the zone, a high change. Mo, you took the words out of my mouth there, partner. Just going to make the point how valuable that extra 90 feet is. At this level, you give a team an extra base, an extra out, an extra pitch. It seems like they make you pay more often than not. The 1-1 is bounced in the dirt in front of home plate. 2 balls and a strike for Muncy.
I was telling you off air after Freeman lined into that double play in the first inning. I was telling you on the bus this morning, come to the ballpark, Freddie got on the bus and said, hey, stop hitting the ball at people. Well, he paid attention the second time.
2-1 coming. And Muncy fouls it straight back. Well, I mean,
it's like a good news, bad news for a hitter. You look and say, oh, my goodness, I got buzzard luck. He's hit line drive after line drive after line drive. He could have at least another 5 or 6 base hits. That's not the case. And the other side, you have to tell yourself from a mental standpoint, I'm on the right track. Keep hitting the ball just like you are.
1 on, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cease throws over to first base where Freeman slides back safely. He didn't listen, but not in the way most may think. You said start. You told him to stop hitting the ball at somebody.
Yeah.
He hit the ball at 2 people. Cease and then Jimenez at short just got by both of them this time. The 2-2. Muncy hits one hard down the right field line. It is hooking and it is foul. That was hit a long way. Reminiscent of his home run in Game 7, Mo.
It was like re-racking the same video.
Wow. But this time it was foul. But that was exactly the swing that Muncy used to spark the Game 7 comeback. Count remains 2-2. Another pitch from Cease. And this time Muncy strikes out swinging. That close to having the Dodgers ahead, and now he's walking back to the dugout.
And shaking his head. Hey, join us April 15th. That's a week from today. The Mets are in. It's the final game of the next homestand. First 40,000 fans in attendance are going to receive a Jackie Robinson jersey. Commemorating the first Dodger championship, 1955, is presented by UCLA Health. Check it out, Dodgers.com/promotions.
2 outs. Freeman on first. Teoscar Hernandez takes ball 1 from Cease. New game here at Rogers Center, tied at 1. The Blue Jays scored in the bottom of the 3rd. The Dodgers have 1 run here in the top of the 4th. An RBI single from Freddie Freeman. It's being held at first by Guerrero. Now the 1-0 from Cease. Hernandez swings and pops it straight up on the infield. Charging in from third, Okamoto. Halfway down the line, a few feet inside of it, he makes the catch. So Freeman is stranded, but he did his job tying the game. 1-1. 3.5 innings complete.
Sidearm delivery and a comebacker. There's the good athleticism. He throws the glove to first for the out. The ball was stuck in his glove. What an intelligent play by El Duque.
That reminds me of Terry Mulholland 12 years ago against the New York Mets.
And it's a good reminder for all you youngsters out there, if you're going to catch a glove with a ball wedged into it, use two hands like Tino Martinez did.
Lynch knocks it down. Does he tag him? He got him! Wow! What a recovery!
Whoa, what a play by Vargas.
There's a reason they call that the hot corner.
That's the hot corner.
How did he make that play?
I don't know.
You gotta be kidding me.
Ryan O'Hearn! He can play some right field. Diving catch by Lockridge in left, and he caught it! Joe Adell robs Raleigh. He got another one! Joe Adell, what a night! Third home run robbery tonight.
This might be the greatest defensive night by an outfielder ever.
Here comes Mullins, diving forward and makes the catch.
Fernando under the warning track to make the catch. He came out of nowhere.
Reaches up, and he made the catch.
He made it look easy, but I assure you it was not. That is outstanding. That is as athletic a play as you will see his shortstop make.
Dodgers 1, Blue Jays 1. Bottom of the fourth inning presented by Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. Go to uniqlo.com/US. 6, 7, and 8 for the Blue Jays against Shohei Ohtani. The pitch is a strike to Ernie Clement. Now the Blue Jays scoring that run with 2 outs in the third inning. That snapped Ohtani's active scoreless inning streak, which was the longest in baseball. The 0-1 pitch, Clement fouls it toward his own dugout, strike 2. So it ends at 25 and a third innings. That dated back to last August 27th. It's the last time Ohtani gave up a run in a regular season game. 0-2 on Clement. Swung on and popped up. Shallow right field, drifting back from first base is Freddie Freeman. He gives way to Freeland at second base, who comes in behind him and makes the catch about 12 feet inside the line. Scoreless inning streak snap, but he still continues the on-base streak, getting on today. So now 43 games in that department. 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 in the fourth. First pitch strike from Shohei to Nathan Lucas.
Let's see if he's going to dial in. That was a breaking ball right there, so his first strike. Early going, it was the breaking stuff not hitting as consistently as it did in his first outing.
The pitch. Misses way outside. A splitter slipped away from him. A ball and a strike.
Yeah, he threw 36 breaking pitches his first start, and 26 of those were strikes.
On a 1-1, Lucas swings and fouls the second strike off of Will Smith. That is the third foul ball the last 2 games that Smith has had to wear. Ohtani grimacing from the mound. He wants Dan Bellino, the home plate umpire, to check on Smith. It actually just hit him on the heel of his glove hand. Now, hopefully everything's okay. The Blue Jays just saw what happens when it hits you in a tougher spot. Alejandro Kirk, the last series on the south side of Chicago, a foul ball back, hit him in the glove hand and just hit his thumb in a sweet spot, and it fractured the thumb, had to have surgery, put a pin in there. He's going to be out at least 6 weeks. Are all set to go. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside. Count squares up.
Sometimes the ball hits into your glove and it hurts.
I'll take your word for it, partner. On a 2-2, Lucas fouls one off of Smith's mask. Glancing blow. He's now grimacing. Appears to be okay. Now he's just laughing behind the plate.
That's all you can do right now.
You got to be kidding me.
He's got to feel like a human pincushion.
Jeez. I know. Now Smith, like, he's laughing about it, but that was a serious issue for him a few years ago. You remember, had some concussion symptoms. Last year, Everybody remembers he took a foul ball off of his right throwing hand down the stretch in Pittsburgh. One out, nobody on. Another 2-2 pitch from Ohtani to Lucas. Fouled back, this time above Will Smith, thankfully. The next pitch from Shohei Ohtani will be his 70th of the game and 10th of this fourth inning. Here it is. Misses outside, not close with that splitter. 3-2.
Yeah, just some of the follow-throughs are just discombobulated from a mechanical issue. Something's kind of misfiring somewhere right around the release point.
Here's the payoff. Jams Lucas, and he fouls it away, third base side. Lengthy plate appearance for Lucas. Reached on an error his first time up there. He's 0 for 1.
So Ohtani that is given the pitch com.
This is his 9th pitch to Lucas. Another 3-2. Popped in the air. This is playable. Down the first base line in foul ground. Freddie Freeman is there, and he makes the catch. 2 gone. 15 or 20 feet right of the line. So back-to-back pop-outs induced by Ohtani here in the fourth. To the 8th spot of the order, and the shortstop Andres Jimenez. First pitch. Hooks in there for a strike, a good curve.
That's the best curveball he's thrown today. That one had some bite to it.
Nothing in 1. Ohtani rocks back, and here's the pitch. Tipped into the glove of Smith. Strike 2. Shohei threw 87 pitches his first start against the Guardians. He's now at 74. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the fourth inning. Dodgers and Blue Jays tied at 1. The 0-2 bounces 3 feet in front of the plate. It was not a good curve. Jimenez 2 for 9 in this series. Waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Jammed him, bounces it right side. Ohtani off the mound in a hurry, fields it, and takes it all the way to the bag by himself. A 1-2-3-4 keeps the game tied at 1.
Hey, LA baseball fans, get ready to score an
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and that's to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
And if you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Dodgers and Blue Jays tied at 1, about to begin the 5th inning. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Dodgers. Pages, Freeland, and Rojas. Finally able to break through against Dylan Cease in the 4th. Back-to-back singles with an error mixed in there. Freddie Freeman with the RBI knock. First pitch to Andy Pages, pulled foul on the third base side, strike 1. Dodgers 5-0 in this 6-game trip. They want to make it a perfect trip. Back-to-back sweeps. In fact, Mo, their last 18 games away from Dodger Stadium, they're 17-1. The lone loss was Game 1 of the World Series. The 0-1. Pages, same result. Bounces a strike, foul, third base side.
Well, they've been able to put some runs on the board, including today. Both sides have scored 1 run. Dodgers have scored 73. They've allowed just 38.
The 0-2. Cease misses way outside, ball 1. Dodger offense has been here consistently on this road trip. 49 total runs on 68 hits. They're averaging close to 10 runs per game, 9.8 to be exact.
I'm surprised you don't see a breaking ball here.
The 1-2. It was a breaking ball and a bad one. It bounced in the left-handed batter's box and all the way to the backstop.
And I say that because the first at bat, Andy Pages, 3 pitches. All 3 were check swings, and all 3 were check swings at breaking pitches.
2-2 to the leadoff man, Pages. Cease into his windup. Here's the pitch. Bounces a slider in the dirt again. The count fills up.
You know what I've noticed over the years?
What's that?
It's much easier to hit up here than it is down there.
It's 1,000%.
Yep.
Pick it up, guys. Cease's payoff. Pages fouls away first.
And I'm talking light years difference. You know, you sit in that nice, comfy, recliner on a couch up here in swivel chair. Boy, this looks easy.
Yeah. What are you swinging at?
Yeah, grab a bat, go to home plate.
Now the 3-2, and Pages strikes out on a fastball from Cease. The right-hander with his 7th K, 1 out here in the 5th.
For example, we watch batting practice, and some people are amazed. Oh, well, hitting. Why didn't you hit that pitch? These are the professionals, the best in the world, and yet occasionally in batting practice, they hit at the top of the cage.
1 out, base is empty, tied at 1. Ball 1 from Cease to Alex Freeland. Switch hitting second baseman, 0 for 1 with a K.
Nothing is easy in sports, and especially in professional sports. You're playing against the best in that sport to begin with.
The 1-0, and Cease's 70th pitch, a half-hearted swing and a miss from Freeland.
But if you look at hitting, I think it's, if not the most difficult, I think it's right up there. Because hitting is a reaction to an action.
The 1-1 coming. Freeland takes upstairs. There's just nothing like it. The degree of difficulty, it's hard to compare across sports. Like maybe playing quarterback in the NFL is up there, but hitting a baseball? 2-1. Freeland lashes it to left field, sinking fast, and it is not caught. It's down. Sanchez kind of sprawled out and tried to make a catch. Now he bobbles the ball, but Freeland's going to hold at first base. A well-struck line drive and a base hit for Freeland here with 1 out.
A good attempt. Ball was in the glove, but as soon as it hit the artificial surface, it just bent the glove back and the ball squirted out.
Here's Miguel Rojas, 0 for 1 currently. Game tied at 1 in the 5th. He starts him off with strike 1, a sinker at 97. Rojas flew out to right center field in his first trip to the plate. One of the Dodgers' Game 7 heroes and a World Series legend. Takes ball 1 low and away. Evens the count. 1-1 on the score. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rojas. playing with the heaviest of hearts after the sudden passing of his father, Mickey, yesterday. Cease's pitch. Rojas fouls it away, first base side, strike 2. The SNLA broadcast is replaying Rojas' game-tying home run in the 9th inning of Game 7 last year. That's a clip that will never get old. The 1-2 from Cease. Rojas sprays it foul again, right side to stay alive. Took a slider from Jeff Hoffman, the Blue Jays closer, into the Toronto bullpen in left field. In batting practice before Monday's game, he hit one in the same spot. Right off the bat, Max Muncy yells, "I've seen that before." On a 1-2 from Cease, Rojas strikes out swinging a high fastball at 98.
When Miguel hit that, it was in front of 44,713. That's just the ones present. Hit it in front of millions.
2 outs. Freeland on first, tied at 1. Here's Shohei Ohtani. The pitch. Ohtani hits it in the air. It'll drift out of play. Foul on the left field side. Strike 1. Shohei 0 for 1. Walked in the first. Struck out in the third. Cease has 8 punch-outs. Here with 2 gone in the 5th. Here's the 0-1. Ohtani takes a high, strike 2. Ohtani really strategic with his timeout there. He was just staring at Dan Bellino, the home plate umpire, for the longest time as the pitch clock went down, and then he used his timeout to reset things. Climbs back in, waiting on an 0-2 pitch from Cease. The right-hander holds at the stretch. The pitch. And as that hit Ohtani in the foot, he's dancing around like it did, and they are going to award him first base.
Well, bounced on the ground.
He sold that, certainly. Bounced in front of his front right foot and redirected off the bottom of his cleat.
Yeah, right off the right front toe.
Fortunate to kind of lift that foot up at the last moment. Otherwise, if you have to wear that on the toe versus the bottom of the spike or closer to the bottom, two different sensations. Neither of them great, just to be clear. But Dodgers threatening in the 5th. First and second, 2 out. Tied with Toronto, 1-1. Kyle Tucker waves at the first pitch from Cease. First pitch change totally fooled the Dodger right fielder.
Yeah, way out in front of it.
He's 0 for 1 with a walk. So Tucker 2 for 9 in this series. Cease out of the stretch, the 0-1. Tucker fouls away, strike 2.
You go from changeup to 97. Quickly, you're 0-2. Does he come back off speed? Mentioned in the pregame show that the last 2 years, Dylan Cease has thrown more off-speed pitches than any other starting pitcher in baseball.
And that slider is his go-to. Out of the fastball. Here's the 0-2 to Tucker. It's a fastball upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. Cease at 83 pitches. No activity in either bullpen just yet. 2 on, 2 out, and now a 1-2 pitch. Tucker grounds it off the left side of the mound, picked up by Jimenez. He steps on second base. Ohtani is out, and the inning is over. So the Dodgers, with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 stranded, 4.5 complete, 1-1 the score.
It's time for the great mascot race. Here's the pitch. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go, folks. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. It's too close to call. Here's the play at the plate. It's Mr. Met. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Fly ball deep center. Edmonds going back. The ball is going long. 3-run home run. Bowman shot. The Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bichette makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7.
Breaking ball, and he was all over.
Across the midway point here in the series finale, the Dodgers and Blue Jays tied at 1. Shohei Ohtani getting ready to work a 5th inning on the mound. He has thrown 76 pitches, Mo, 46 of them strikes. He's been really fighting through it today.
Yeah, he's been fighting through it and has not really had, well, repeatability in the breaking ball. That is something that he did have in that first outing.
He's going to face 9-1-2 for the Blue Jays. Tyler Heineman, George Springer, and Dalton Varsho. Ohtani back at Rogers Center on the mound, just as he was starting Game 7 of the World Series. It did not go his way. It was not a storybook start for him. Pitching on 3 days rest, gave up what for a time felt like the game-winning and World Series clinching home run to Bo Bichette in the 3rd inning. He was knocked out after 2 1/3, but ultimately the Dodgers were able to flip that script and win back-to-back titles. His first pitch of the inning to Heineman is a ball outside. Heineman 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I just really look back, not just because the Dodgers won, but I thought the World Series was one of the best that we have seen in years.
There's a strike from Shohei, an even count.
And Game 7 should be put in a time capsule.
I don't know about you, Mo, but coming to the park on Monday for the series opener, here's a 1-1 pitch. Heineman swings and pops it in the air. Right side of the infield at second base, Freeland camped out. Creeps in a few steps from the back edge of the dirt, one gone. But the memories from that game, the fact that this rematch series is taking place relatively close to the Fall Classic, 157 days apart, everything was so fresh, things came flooding back. We're in a different booth. We're a level down here today compared to where we were for that World Series, but you just remember every single little moment. First pitch, ball 1, in off the hands of Springer.
Yeah, of 1,000 moments.
Exactly. It's just one of those all-timers, and
I thought it was a great statement for Major League Baseball.
The 1-0 pitch. Springer swings, hits it on ground left side. Rojas has it on the backhand, back edge of the dirt. Throw across in time to get Springer.
Again, his feet. Oh, he caught the ball on the backhand side, but he's collected his feet underneath him in order to set up to make the throw as he's actually fielding the baseball.
Fielded at back edge. By the time he planted, he was a few feet onto the grass, and he threw a strike to Freddie Freeman. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 the score. Dalton Varsho the batter. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. The pitch. Grounded, right side. Freeman fields it just inside the line fair. Ohtani covers the bag. The underhand toss from Freddie. It's a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Shohei Ohtani and the Dodger defense. 5 full in the books.
Vargas 1 for 3. 1-0.
Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the second, and a 2-out homer in the 7th, his first of the year. That went 431 feet.
109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there.
He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
Games. Here's the 0-2 and a ground ball left side. Diving stop. Griffin flips to second one. They will not get Laureano, but Connor Griffin just robbed him of a hit.
And drills a ball to right center field for the second time in as many days as hit it out. Cranks another. He's got a second bomb. Who is this guy?
Swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts and 8 brilliant innings from Jose Soriano.
Cleveland, please join us in congratulating the new franchise leader in games played, Jose Ramirez.
Now the pitch on the way. Swung on, hit high in the air to right field, deep. Wood going back onto the warning track toward the corner. He lunges. He made the catch! He made the catch, and he holds on!
Southern California sun bright enough to blind me. California drink.
Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, and Max Muncy on the docket for the Dodgers. Top of the 6th inning. Series finale tied 1-1. Dodgers efforting a second straight series sweep in their first road trip of the year. Dylan Cease shaking Heineman, getting ready for his 85th pitch of the game. Low and outside, ball 1. The Blue Jays, on the other hand, they've been going the other way to start the year. They have lost 6 in a row. Lost a series to the Rockies, got swept by the White Sox, and in danger of having the same thing happen against the Dodgers. Ball 2, bounce in front of the plate from Cease. Smith, 1 for 2, struck out in the first, singled in the fourth, got the second on an error, and then scored on Freddie Freeman's RBI knock. 2 balls, no strikes. Cease into his windup. Up and in, ball 3. Smith has to turn the front left shoulder out of the way.
Long conversation between Mark Pryor and Dave Roberts in the dugout just ended a few seconds ago.
The 3-0. Smith takes all the way, and it's a strike. Well, for Shohei Ohtani, just a 6-pitch bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch count at 82. 3-1. Check swing on a pitch upstairs. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Smith, the go-ahead runner on.
Well, we invite you to join the Dodgers for one of Steven's favorites. It's Hello Kitty night.
Yes.
That's Monday against the Mets. And the first 40,000 fans, plus Steven, that are in attendance, will take home a unique Dodger-themed Hello Kitty hoodie. Come out and visit us, Dodgers.com/promotions.
Freddie Freeman, first pitch swinging. Fights one into right field for a base hit. Will Smith will go to second base, station to station, as the first 2 are aboard for the Dodgers in the 6th.
Evidently, Cease was not listening, because I'll repeat it again. Freddie Freeman coming into this season, the 3 previous years, first pitch of an at-bat, 429 average.
Oh, I thought you were saying Cease wasn't listening to your Hello Kitty night promotion, because Cease is a documented cat guy. He's a cat person. But Hello Kitty also famously or infamously not a cat, apparently. Did you know that?
See, that's why we listen to the broadcast. We learn something every time.
Well, the Blue Jays got a mound visit, so we figured we'd learn you something.
We learned that, too.
Yeah. First and second, nobody out. A tie game here in the top of the 6th. Max Muncy is 0 for 2, but Mo, his last time up, he just missed a 2-run homer down the right field line.
Yeah, and he was just shaking his head. the swing has been inconsistent. And you don't have to hit it 400 feet to be successful, but if he can lock in that good pass, that good swing, it's going to get hot.
Pitch number 91 of the game for Cease. Bounces a few feet in front of the plate, nearly hits Muncy. Heineman picked it up quickly, shuffled toward the infield as if he was going to throw toward one of the bases where Smith and Freeman are standing. That one, Heineman was jumping to his right, the left-handed batter's box in that direction, and then it bounced in front of the plate and then came up, nearly hit him in the front right shoulder.
The Dodgers in this game 1 for 4 runners in scoring position. Toronto 1 for 6.
They could make it 2 for 5.
Mm-hmm.
The pitch, bounce in front of the plate again, 2-0. That was a knuckle curve. Those spikes happen with curveballs.
I noticed you did not complete the math equation, however.
No, I
There
was.
is a phone call going to the Blue Jays bullpen.
Looks like Louis Varland is the first one standing up. First and second, no outs for the Dodgers in the 6th. Ceases 2-0. Swing and a miss. There's a strike.
That was a big swing.
Big fastball from Cease 2. Still at 98 as he approaches the end of his outing. Muncy was so clutch in these spots last year. Hit .298 with runners in scoring position. He's waiting on a 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Muncy fouls it straight back toward our booth, above our booth. And the count levels out. First and second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Down low, ball 3, and we're full. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Dodgers trying to break a 1-1 tie.
And for base runners, watch out for the line drive.
Infield for the Blue Jays playing back. Shifted over to the right as far as the rules will allow. All right, here's Cease's payoff. Upstairs, ball 4, load him up. Will they leave Cease in for one more? 96 pitches. Here comes John Schneider. Signals down to the bullpen. So the Dodgers get the first 3 on to start the 6th inning and knock Dylan Cease out of the game. Now they are looking for that tie-breaking knock. Teoscar Hernandez will take the first chance when we come back on the back-to-back World Champion Dodgers Audio Network.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back?
To get back.
Okay, you can continue talking.
And you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, placata.
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
The first pitching change of the game is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hard-throwing righty Louis Varland comes in for a second time in as many days. Pitched an inning and a third on Tuesday. Scoreless, did not give up a hit or a walk, struck out 2 and threw 23 pitches. He inherits the bases loaded, nobody out, top of the 6th. Dodgers and Blue Jays tied at 1. Infield creeps in as Varland delivers strike 1 to Teoscar Hernandez. A pitch inside. Hernandez grimacing in disagreement at Dan Bellino's call. The Dodgers will have only one ABS challenge left, mind you.
Yeah, Teo struck out against Varland last night in the 8th inning.
Here's the 0-1, and Hernandez flies it to right center field. Varsho comes in, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Smith. The throw goes toward third. A sacrifice fly breaks the tie. 2-1 Dodgers here in Toronto.
Just taking care of business and keeping the ball off the ground, avoiding the double play ball.
So job done for Teo. Got a runner in from third, first and second. Now 1 out, but the Dodgers have the lead. Freeman on second, Muncy on first. Andy Pages at the plate. First pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Discussed it last night. Louis Varland, he's got that rubber arm. He seems to pitch in every game. 18 postseason games for the Blue Jays last year. Varland pitched in 15 of them. The 1-0. Low and away.
Well, it helps to be able to throw 98, 99 too.
The 2-0. Pages with a swing and a miss. Fastball beat him at 98. Andy today 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. He has struck out 4 times in his last 6 ABs. The 2-1 levels the count. A good sinker from Varland. Dodgers up 2-1 in the 6th, trying to extend this lead now. The 2-2 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Well picked by Heineman behind the plate. Full count. Three and 2. Varland's payoff to Pages. Froze him. Strike 3 called. So 3 Ks today for Pages.
Well, as hot as Andy Pages has been, the National League Player of the Week last week, 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs. And I get the feeling, just watching his reaction, the last couple of nights, he's not really picking the baseball up from the pitcher's hand at the release point.
But it's not totally unexpected, right, Mo? In this game of baseball, you could be.
The other part, too, is they spend more time talking. Hey, this guy's red hot. We got to figure out how to pitch to him.
Still another chance in the inning. Here's Alex Freeland. First and second, 2 outs. 2-1 the score in favor of the Dodgers. The first pitch, curve and strike 1 to Freeland. Second baseman, 1 for 2. We singled his last time up. Varland has the ball in his right pitching hand behind his back. Now has the pitch, puts it in his glove, kicks and fires, and misses low. You know, Alex Freeland, he has basically lived out exactly what we're talking about. He told me today, now I start the season with a home run and a double, and I'm thinking, here I go, I'm about to get hot. And then he went into the ice cooler for several games before last night. The 1-1 pitch, fouled in the net behind home plate, strike 2. And so that reminded Freeland, he said, of I can't ride the highs too high and I can't ride the lows too low. I need to stay as even keel as possible because this game humbles you.
Yeah, you got to stay off that roller coaster ride.
Freeland asked for time outside the left-handed batter's box, adjusting his batting gloves. Freddie Freeman on second base, Muncy on first. Dodgers leading 2-1. On a 1-2, Freeland fouls it straight back. Got a piece of a 99-mile-per-hour heater from Varland. Another 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground is short. Fielded on the back edge of the dirt by Jimenez to throw the first in time to get Freeland. So the Dodgers strand a pair, but they get a run on Teoscar Hernandez's sacrifice fly and take
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. All the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Dom Canzone will lead off for the Mariners.
Canzone, deep blast. You can't forget about it. Dom Canzone strikes twice on opening night.
Yeah, just an easy 109 exit field off the bat from Dom Canzone. 93 down and in. Crushes this ball. Same spot, right center.
Multi-homer game for Canzone. A one-run game now at the bottom of the seventh. Lester land on the home run ball, huh?
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Is going to start the bottom of the sixth at 82 pitches. The Dodgers have given him the lead, albeit the slimmest one. 2-1 the score. Tying run at the plate with Vlad Guerrero Jr. Here's the pitch. Strike one delivered. A fastball at 95. Guerrero 1 for 2 today. That signal in the first inning was his first hit of the series. The pitch. Hit hard into left center field. And that's going to split the gap and get all the way to the wall. Guerrero strides into second, standing up with a leadoff double. And that was on the ground, found the fairway in a hurry, but it was just placed perfectly, I guess, between Teoscar Hernandez and Andy Pajesmo.
And on this artificial surface, it's not the fastest of the fake grass, but it does not really slow the baseball down a great deal.
So tying run in scoring position. Jesus Sanchez comes up for a third time. He drove in Blue Jays' first run. That was on an RBI hit in the third inning. First pitch, pulled down the right field line, and it hooks foul. It was a jam shot. Sanchez somehow was able to fight it in the air.
Last time up, Sanchez with a double down the left field line was late on a fastball down away from him, and he hit it down the left field line for the double.
2-1 Dodgers, bottom of the sixth. The pitch is fouled toward the Dodger dugout. Quickly 2 strikes on Sanchez.
Both teams at this point 1 for 6 runners in scoring position.
In the Dodger bullpen, the first reliever up throwing is the lefty Jack Dreyer. Ohtani's 0-2 is in the dirt. Smith is quickly able to retrieve it. Guerrero holds on second base.
Good stop by Will Smith. Had to go to the backhand side on a ball that hit about a foot in front of his mitt.
Ohtani approaching 90 pitches. He's at 87. Here comes 88. A 1-2 to Sanchez with a tying run in scoring position. Hit on the ground left side. Rojas dives on a backhand. He's thrown to third. Guerrero is out.
That's just bad base running and heads up defense.
Rojas pumping his fists at shortstop. Another outstanding defensive display from Miguel.
There's a lot of different reasons that the Blue Jays have started off second to last in American League East and have dropped 6 consecutive decisions. So they haven't been hitting. And that's just bad base running. But heads up play by Miguel Rojas.
Muncy salutes Rojas after the first out. Now Sanchez on first base. Here's Okamoto. First pitch tipped into the glove. Strike one.
I mean, with nobody out.
With the ball and hit in front of you.
Yeah, you know, it was going to take a good play by Rojas to get to the baseball, but nonetheless, I mean, if the ball gets through, you're going to score anyway.
A sweeper misses low and outside. A ball and a strike on the third baseman, Okamoto.
When you've lost 6 in a row, it's not just because of one reason.
1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1 Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Hooks way outside. Not close with that sweeper. 2-1. Ohtani trying to gut his way through 6 innings. Ground ball would help a lot. The 2-1 pitch. Pops straight up. On the left side, infield. Now drifting toward the Blue Jay dugout. In foul territory, Muncy has it as it was drifting back toward the third base coach's box. Okamoto is retired. 2 gone.
You look up into this roof. It's closed and all the girders. Good thing is they're painted dark. Unlike the Astrodome years and years ago, kind of light color. Remember, the Astrodome was first built in Houston. It was clear panels that were up above. They thought, oh, we'll let the sun shine through and grow the grass. Oops.
Ernie Clement fouls it away. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network. The 0-1 from Ohtani. And Clement swings through it. Strike 2. Dodgers leading Toronto 2-1 in the series finale, trying to sweep the Blue Jays in this World Series rematch. Bottom of the 6th. There's a runner on first base with 2 out and 2 strikes on Clement, but he is the toughest in baseball to strike out. The 0-2. Hooks away. Clement checked his swing and he held up. Just to put it in perspective, Clement, he's 0 for 2 today. He has just 2 strikeouts in 47 plate appearances. Ohtani needs 1 more strike to put him away. Here's the 1-2. Hit on the ground left side. Rojas shuffles over, fields and throws to second. They cut down the lead runner Sanchez, and that's the last out of the inning. Miguel Rojas, terrific again in the field, and Ohtani works around a leadoff double. 2-1 Dodgers going to the 7th.
It's off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Look at this shot.
Little Darren Baker was standing very close behind home plate.
Darren Baker, who's only 3 years old.
And JT Snow picked him up and carried him out of there.
Thank goodness that JT Snow was aware.
That was amazing.
Clark surveying. He leaps. He got it. First home run robbery of the year. A Superman catch from Clark.
What a play by Turang.
He is on display today. How much fun is he to watch every single day?
What a huge play from Brady House at the hot corner.
Robbing it about as casually as you can imagine, Mike Yastrzemski.
Behind the back flip by Ernie Clement.
Everybody's going to be smiling about this one.
Back to the track, to the wall, and makes a leaping catch.
Here comes Young.
What a catch by Young.
How about Roquio went to a knee and almost like mid-flight flicked it over to first base.
On the run, he gets there. On the ground covered by Cedric Mullins there.
Young reels it in. That's a pretty play. As if you already didn't know that Baldwin was doing everything today.
Candelario makes a great catch.
Yes, they did it on both sides. Paredes, Walker, a great play on the corners.
It starts to sink abruptly, dives forward and makes the catch.
make another pitching change. This one's brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change with locations throughout Southern California. It's a left-hander, Mason Fluharty. The top of the 7th, 2-1 Dodgers. Miguel Rojas is the leadoff man for L.A. Takes the first pitch, outside, ball 1. Rojas 0 for 2 with the strikeouts so far today, but he has certainly made an impact in the field. His first start since the sudden, unexpected, and heartbreaking passing of his father, also named Miguel, but called Mickey. And Mickey is written across Miguel's hat today. Rojas swings, pops it in the air, drifting foul, first base side. Guerrero will give it a look, but it gets over the net. 5 rows back. Fluharty's 1-1. Misses upstairs. Rojas had an emotional meeting with the media today. He was talking about what the last 18 hours have been like for him and his family. On a 2-1, Rojas takes a second strike. Also made a point to say, my parents sacrificed everything to give me the life that I have, allowing me to pursue my dreams of being a Major League ball player. So I want to honor them. The 2-2 pitch. Hooks inside. Full count for Rojas. The unquestioned vocal leader for the back-to-back world champion Dodgers. There's number 72. The payoff from Fluharty. Rojas a little late on a fastball, but he fouls it away to stay alive. Still 3-2. Another payoff. Inside, ball 4, and Rojas on base for the first time today. Here in the top of the 7th, brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game day, it is group day at Shakey's.com.
5th walk of the afternoon for Dodger hitters.
They lead Toronto 2-1. Shohei Ohtani can help his own cause at the plate with 1 on and nobody out. First pitch, ground ball, right side of second base, fielded by the shortstop Jimenez. He has one play, that's to Guerrero at first. A productive first out for Shohei gets Rojas into scoring position. Another smattering of boos for Kyle Tucker. Blue Jays fans welcoming their top free agent target from this past offseason. Reportedly offered Kyle a 10-year, $350 million deal. Ultimately, he, of course, chose to sign with the Dodgers for a 4-year pact worth reported $260 million. Tucker 0 for 2, and he has walked today. An insurance run on second with Rojas. 1 out, top of the 7th. 2-1 LA. The lefty Fluharty kicks and deals and misses upstairs, ball 1. Tucker has an RBI in every game of this road trip, trying to keep that streak alive. The 1-0 from Fluharty is in there for a strike.
Ball hit the left field. It's going to be difficult for Rojas to score. The reason is, looking at Sanchez, he's very shallow in left field.
Just find the left center field gap. And then no problems. Fluharty misses with the cutter. 2 balls and a strike for Tucker.
What do you think this is, a drive-up window? Order here?
That's how it was in D.C. for us.
Yes.
In some weird way. Us as in the broadcast crew, and we're not saying us as if we're on the team. The 2-1 pitch hooks away. Ball 3 on Tucker. Fluharty with the ball at the belt. Closed stance. Kicks the right leg and fires a 3-1. Tucker takes strike 2. Good sweeper through the front door. Dodgers leading by 1. A payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Tucker's second walk of the game. And the second walk of this 7th inning for the Dodgers. It's going to be another pitching change in front of Will Smith. John Schneider not going to let him face a left-hander. So first and second, 1 out in the 7th. 2-1 the score. We'll be back in a moment on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The 2-2 got a piece of it.
Yes, he had a very good swing.
Oh, look at this. Here go the sprinklers. The sprinklers have fired. Pedro soaking wet. He's laughing. Seems unfazed by it. Oh, goodness.
His smile is so infectious around this ball club.
I have never seen this happen
This
before.
is comedy.
Pedro's just taking a little shower.
This is absolute comedy.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, that's when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked and that hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
.com.
Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
Runners on first and second for the Dodgers. 1 out in the top of the 7th, leading the Blue Jays 2-1. Will Smith will face a new pitcher. It's the veteran righty, Tyler Rogers. And Smith very familiar with Rogers. 6 for 16 lifetime. One of those hits, a home run, a walk-off homer back in the 2021 season when Rogers was with San Francisco. First pitch swung on and fouled away, strike 1.
You know, different release points. Tyler Rogers, that submarine pitcher, it's like he's going to scrape his knuckles on the ground as he releases the ball.
Rogers with the 0-1. And he hooks a slider away from Smith, a ball and a strike. So far today, Smith has been up 3 times. He has reached twice and scored twice. Rogers 1-1. Smith cues it in the net foul above the Dodgers on deck circle. Strike 2. Rojas walked. Ohtani grounded out. Tucker walked. Dodgers fell behind 1-0 in the 3rd. Scored 1 in the 5th to tie it. 1 in the 6th to take the lead. Now trying for more in the 7th. The 1-2. Smith pokes it to center field. Down for a hit. It's a green light for Miguel Rojas. Varsho's throw in. A head-first slide, and he's safe. Rojas with a head-first slide to home plate. He is slow to get up.
He's holding his left hand or wrist.
And he is still down on the ground. Yosuke Pasa Nakajima ran out of the Dodger dugout. He is joined by Dave Roberts, checking on their shortstop after scoring the Dodgers' third run. He is now walking off toward the dugout. Will Smith with an RBI single. He advanced to second on the throw-in from Varsho. Tucker got to third.
Yeah, that was just great hitting by Will Smith going up the middle on a tough pitch. And for Varsho, who is rather shallow, I mean, he just airmailed it and missed everybody. Nobody close on the cutoff man, and allows the runners to advance to second and third. Now the infield has to come in very tightly.
Second and third, still only one out, 3-1 the score. Freddie Freeman tries to check up but cannot on that first pitch sinker, strike one. Rojas came in with the left hand on, I think, the cleat of Heineman. He slid basically underneath the spikes. Freeman pulls the hands in, rolls it down the first base line, fielded by Guerrero, and he steps on the bag to retire Freddie. Tucker has to hold at third base. There's a jam shot ground ball induced by Rogers for the second out of the seventh.
Yeah, Dodgers were not going on contact right there. That was one of those things the base coach will come over and tell you, look, make the ball be through. And they are going to walk Max Muncy intentionally.
So they intentionally load the bases for the right-on-right matchup, Rogers against Teoscar Hernandez. Teo 0 for 2. His sacrifice fly gave the Dodgers the lead in the sixth. Made it 2-1. They've added to it now 3-1. The first pitch, Hernandez launches a ball missed low.
Teo 2 for 9 when he's faced Rogers, and one of the two hits, a home run.
The pitch, sprayed to right field, pushing Lucas back in front of the warning track by about 20 feet. He's there to make the catch. The Dodgers leave them loaded in the seventh, but they do get a run across on Will Smith's RBI single. 3-1 as we...
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Dodgers now lead by 2, 3-1 for the bottom of the seventh. Brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani is out of the game. Jack Dreyer is in. So Ohtani's final line, 6 innings, 1 run. It was unearned, 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts through 96 pitches, 60 of them strikes. Dreyer's first pitch is up and in, ball one on the pinch hitter Davis Schneider. John Schneider, the manager, replacing the left-handed hitting Lucas for the right-handed hitting Schneider. Dodgers need 9 more outs to complete a second sweep on this 6-game road trip. Schneider pops a strike back foul. Dreyer's 1-1. Hooks in there. Strike 2. Good slider. And it looks like Schneider's tapping the helmet.
Previous pitch is a strike. The batter has challenged.
Let's see. And it was a ball.
Pitch is the ball. Toronto retains 2 challenges.
So the first challenge, a successful one for Schneider and the Jays. So instead of 1-2, it's now 2-1. The pitch launched high in the air, left field side. This is hooking toward the seats. Foul. That nearly hit the roof.
Got plenty of hang time.
Jeez. Well, it fell pretty short of that left field corner for those listening.
Hey, friends, celebrate Healthcare Appreciation Night Tuesday, April 14th. That's when the Mets are in at Dodger Stadium. So purchase a special ticket package for a Dodger-themed healthcare jacket. We could use some jackets up here in this weather. So check it out, Dodgers.com/promotions.
Now 2-2. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs. Full count. A tying run on deck for Toronto. Just like last night, this one tight entering the late innings. The payoff. Inside, ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Not what you want.
Not what the doctor ordered.
Tying run will come to the plate. Left-handed hitting shortstop Andres Jimenez. Dodgers fell behind 1-0, but they've scored the last 3 runs. So they lead by a pair. The pitch, Jimenez shows bunt, pulls back. It's up and in, and a ball. Jimenez so far today 0 for 2, hitting .256 on the year. Muncy on the cut of the grass, creeping in. Jimenez swings and fouls back a strike. It was a fastball at 94 from the southpaw Dreyer. Muncy 2 feet on the grass. The 1-1 pitch. Jimenez was ready to swing, but he took his high slider. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dreyer's 2-1. Fly left center field. Pages running after it, and he gives way to Teoscar Hernandez. Sliced over to the left fielder, made the catch. Retreating to first is Davis Schneider after the first out of the 7th inning. Bottom of the order, Tyler Heineman. Pacific Palisade born, switch hitting catcher, 0 for 2 with the strikeout today, and 1 for 6 in the series. 1 on, 1 out, 3-1 Dodgers in the 7th. Ball went upstairs from Dreyer. Heineman with his second start of this series in place of the injured Alejandro Kirk. The former All-Star catcher out for about 6 weeks with a fractured left thumb. The 1-0 pitch stays upstairs, ball 2.
Watching Schneider leading off at first base. Every pitch he has been going back to the bag, so he's not getting a good read at all. coming out of the stretch position by Dreyer.
Dreyer's had a tough time being in the strike zone out of the bullpen here in the 7th. And once again, he misses. Upstairs, ball 3.
You got to throw strikes.
13 pitches, only 4 strikes from Jack Dreyer. Tying run at the plate, and George Springer is on deck. The 3-0. There's a strike. Dreyer on the board. Heineman had a really good offensive year last year, but it was a career season. So this is certainly not a guy that Dreyer wants to let slip away. The 3-1. Hit on the ground right side, and it's beyond a diving Freeland at second base into right center field. Stopping at second is Schneider. The tying runs aboard for the Blue Jays and their big boys at the top of the order. Mark Pryor is going to visit the mound and talk with his lefty. Blake Trinan is trying to get hot in a hurry in the Dodgers right field bullpen. Sharply hit ground ball from Heineman, and Freeland tried to race to his left to stop it, but couldn't get there in time.
Most experienced relievers will tell you, you're going to get a pinch runner over at first base, but most of the relievers will tell you is that they really only need about a dozen tosses in the bullpen because they know they're going to get the final 8 warm-ups if they come into a ball game. They know how to warm up and do it rather rapidly.
Miles Straw is the pinch runner for Heineman at first base, the tying run. A longtime Dodger enemy, George Springer, former Houston Astro, 2017 World Series MVP. First and second, 1 out in the 7th, 3-1 Dodgers. And Dreyer get a ground ball here. First pitch, fly to right. Tucker drifting back. He's on the warning track. He looks up. It's off the top of the wall. Here comes Schneider. He will score without a throw. It's a 1-run game after the RBI double from George Springer. Tying run 90 feet away with 1 out still.
Yeah, you're vulnerable when you're not throwing consistent strikes and you're just searching for the strike zone. And this is a breaking ball up out over the plate and almost up and out over the fence.
The way this inning is going, this is going to be the last hitter for Jack Dreyer. It's a left-handed hitting Dalton Varsho. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is on deck. 3-2, but the Blue Jays have 2 in scoring position, only 1 out in the 7th. Dreyer's first pitch is a strike to Varsho. Nothing in 1. Here's the pitch. Misses high. That's kind of been the miss all inning, Mo, especially with the fastball.
Yep. Again, if you're searching for that strike zone instead of just feeling like you own it, it can be a little delicate.
On a 1-1. Varsho with a base hit into center field. The game is tied. Stopping at third is Springer. Throw in cut off by Freddie Freeman. And Jack Dreyer has coughed up the lead in the 7th.
Yeah, you just have to make better pitches. Can't find a plate. When you do, they're hittable. And they have been hit.
A left-on-left single for Dalton Varsho to tie the game. And now the go-ahead run 90 feet away with Springer on third. Only 1 out. Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's looking toward the Dodger dugout. He's wondering if they're going to make a change. And here comes Dave Roberts. And Guerrero nodding his head. He knew it was coming. Yeah, Blake Trinan getting hot in the bullpen. And it's going to bring an end to what was a tough outing for Dreyer. He's only able to record 1 out, gave up 3 hits, walked a batter, charged with 2 earned runs already, and he's on the hook for the 2 left on base. 3-3 in the 7th. We'll be back in a moment.
The crack of the bat, the roar of the... I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
There's the tic-tac-toe game. He's got it started. We'll see if Wally Joyner wants to play. Aha! Good move. Good move, Wally. That's a good move. It's a block by Lyons. Joyner now. He's going to the bottom left corner. This is Steve Blanche. He put 2 X's in on 1 turn. For the victory. Now he tells him, I cheat.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Blake Trinan going to try and put out the fire here in the bottom of the 7th. The Blue Jays with 2 runs off of Jack Dreyer to tie the game, and now they're threatening with Jays on the corners, 1 out, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. at the plate.
For Guerrero, you're going to see, at some point in time in this at-bat, you're going to see a big swing. It may be the first offering if he likes it.
Trinan's first pitch out of the bullpen. We'll have to wait. He throws over to first. Guerrero is 2 for 4 with a home run lifetime against Blake Trinan. He is 2 for 3 today. The pitch hooks away, ball 1.
His not particularly deep in center, very deep in left is Teoscar Hernandez.
Trinan pitched a clean inning last night, got 3 outs on 8 pitches. The 1-0 to Guerrero is taken off the plate, ball 2. Just missed the outside edge with a sweeper. Blue Jays offense has been scuffling during their 6-game losing streak, but it has found some life here in the 7th. Runner goes from first. The pitch from Trinan, low and away, ball 3. And a stolen base for Dalton Varsho.
Yeah, we talked about it over and over. Is that Trinan has been able to speed up a little bit out of the stretch. He still gives the runners a lot of room.
Infield comes in. Are you surprised they're not just walking Guerrero here, 3-0? They're going to pitch to him. And it's ball 4 down and in. They walk him anyway. Bases loaded for Toronto.
One of those intentional walks that you're going to pitch to him and see if he will expand the strike zone.
And he did not. So Guerrero, who was silent for the first 2 games of the series, he has reached 3 times today. Bases loaded for Jesus Sanchez. Can Blake Trinan pull a rabbit out of his hat here and keep this game tied at 3? Let's see. The pitch. Fouled away. Strike 1. Springer, Varsho, and Guerrero around the bases. The Dodger infield playing back, shifted over on the left-handed hitting Sanchez. Muncy is one closest to the grass at third base, about 20 feet from the bag and a couple feet back from the base line. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th, 3-3 the score. Trinan's 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Dodgers obviously will love a ground ball to double play, but it's difficult to get Sanchez unless he hits the ball that rockets right at someone. He runs pretty well. He can get down the line.
0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Excellent sweeper from Blake Trinan. 2 outs in the 7th. One more out to get. Kazuma Okamoto. First pitch from Trinan. Misses, ball 1. Right-handed hitting third baseman 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Hitting .244. 3-3 bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded, 2 out. The 1-0. Broken bat, roller to third. Muncy has it. Steps on the bag, and that ends the inning. So the Blue Jays leave them loaded. Blake Trinan able to limit the damage. 2 runs against Dreyer. Resets the game. 3-3 onto the 8th.
Doyle on the track at the wall. He jumps and he's got it! Crashes into the wall. My goodness, welcome to the ball game, Brenton Doyle.
Fly ball to very shallow left field, and that's caught.
Lucas just kept on coming. Dives head first. What a play.
Brent hits the fly ball to right. That'll at least score the run. Smith going back at the track and a late big catch. He almost falls into the A's bullpen.
He robs Rooker of probably what would have been a ground rule double. That's a great play.
He almost went head over heels literally into the A's bullpen.
Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Murray's got it, and he's going to throw to first. Murakami digs it out. And what a finish with Murakami keeping his foot on the bag.
Clocked in the air, out to left field, to his left, Yastrzemski. He dives and he's got it. What a catch by Mike. He went into Superman formation. What a grab.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do it like, brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Top of the 8th inning is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. The MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo, good times. Andy Pages leading off the 8th. Swings at the first pitch and fouls a strike down the right field line off the right-hander Tyler Rogers. New ball game. The Blue Jays with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. And so we are tied 3-3. Back and forth affair, Mo. The Blue Jays scored first in the 3rd. The Dodgers scored the next 3 runs. 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. But Toronto not going quietly.
Nope. Ohtani will wind up with a no decision.
The pitch. Inside. Pages has to shoot the legs out of the way of ball 1. A shame for Ohtani. It wasn't his best outing. Just gutsy through 6 full innings. Gave up 1 unearned run. But no decision. Pages with a big swing and a big miss. Falling behind 1-2. Pages, Freeland, and Rojas. Those are the spots in the order here. Due up 7, 8, and 9. The 1-2. Pages bounces the ball foul off home plate, dribbling toward Dino Evil at third base. Pages is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. The National League Player of the Week, as hot as he was in earning those honors, he has cooled off in a hurry these last 2 games. 1 for 7 with 5 Ks in the final 2 games of the series. And he strikes out for a 4th time. Waves at a slider away. And so that's not the hat you want to wear. Mo, we would like to take a moment as we recognize Miguel Rojas playing with a heavy heart today. Dodger Nation and the Dodger family with a heavy heart as they lost a member of the legendary infield, Davey Lopes, passing away earlier this morning. Ball one outside to Freeland.
It is difficult news, and for Davey, over 1,800 games as a player. Then he went on to coach and manage. 26 all-time in stolen bases.
Freeland bounces a strike foul.
And then you start to look at the other accomplishments. 4 times in a row, All-Star, Gold Glove recipient. Part of that, as you mentioned, the record-setting infield of Say, Russell, Garvey, and Lopes. And got the word just as we arrived at the ballpark today. Got a phone call that the passing of Davey Lopes, and he meant so much in those championship teams. It was an amazing story because both he and Bill Russell, they were part of that infield. They were converted from center fielders. Russell to a shortstop, Davey Lopes to a second baseman.
Rogers 1-2 stays outside, even count on.
And it was Monty Baskell who was really the coach that was instrumental in making that conversion, if you will. You know, Tommy Lasorda had talked about it, and then Monty Baskell took over on that end. But very sad news, and we lost someone that had a great deal to do with Dodger history, and for many of us, we lost not only a teammate, a friend.
Our condolences to you, Mo, and of course all who knew and loved Davey Lopes, his family and friends. Davey Lopes passing away on this Wednesday at the age of 80. 3-2 pitch to Freeland is called strike 3 in the outside corner. No challenge from Freeland. That's out number 2 in this 8th inning. Back-to-back Ks from Rogers. Well, we've seen something similar before. The Dodgers and Blue Jays tied late in a ball game here at Rogers Center. How will this one shake out? Miguel Rojas swings at the first pitch, bounces it to second base. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. The Dodgers go down in order. Now the bullpen is going to try and hold the line when we come back, tied at 3.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, no, this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Today's game is brought to you by First 5 California. 1 in 3 children are at risk of toxic stress, but there are things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at first5california.com. The Blue Jays overcame a 3-1 deficit with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th against Jack Dreyer. Blake Treinen was able to strand the bases loaded and keep things tied. It's 3-3. Now bottom of the 8th, Ben Kasperius pitching. They'll face 6, 7, and 8 for the Blue Jays, starting with Ernie Clement. Here's the pitch. Swung on and skied high, shallow center field. Pages jogging in. 1 pitch, 1 out for Kasperius. Third appearance of this road trip, Mo. He pitched the first 2 games of the series in Washington, D.C. The first one was clean. The second one was less so.
Yeah, just not quite as sharp in the second outing, but talk about efficiently getting it out. One pitch, one down.
He gets Clement, now has to face Davis Schneider. First pitch is ball one. Fastball to start at 96. Schneider came off the bench pinch hitting to lead off the seventh, and he drew a walk against Dreyer, and he came around to score. The pitch misses the outside edge, not by much. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. There's a strike on the outer edge. 2-1. The pitch sails high with the fastball. 3-1. Sperry's holding with the ball below the belt, delivers home, and there's a walk. Schneider with 2 walks and as many plate appearances off the bench. Go ahead runner on first with 1 out in the 8th for Toronto.
It's a 3rd walk in the last inning in the 3rd issued by the Dodger pitching.
Not what they were hoping for, but now they got to work through it. Jimenez at the plate, Muncio on the grass, guarding at 3rd against the bunt. Jimenez swings and fouls a strike off the front of the Dodger dugout, and then he hits Smith on the follow-through. He checks on the Dodger backstop. Can't imagine how aggravating or frustrating that's got to be for catchers back there. Came back and hit him on that left glove hand as Smith was reaching out to receive it.
By the way, 2 of the Blue Jays runs today have come as a result of that batter walking and then scoring.
Yep. 1 on, 1 out in the 8th. Game tied at 3. The 0-1 from Kasparis is strike 2. A good curve, but Jimenez taps the helmet. He thought it was low.
Previous pitch is a strike. The batter has challenged.
It was a successful challenge from Schneider in the 7th. Let's see about Jimenez in the 8th. Nope.
Pitch is a strike. Toronto has 1 challenge remaining.
That was a strike all day long.
So both teams with 1 ABS challenge left. Kasparis trying to finish off Jimenez with this 0-2. Bouncing ball right side of the infield, and it squeezes into right center, a base hit. Going from first to 3rd is Schneider. A 2-strike single from Jimenez as the go-ahead runner 90 feet away with 1 out.
I tell you what, I was surprised by the defensive alignment right there. Now, yes, it was a breaking ball, so as an infielder, you're going to be thinking, well, he might be pulling the ball a little bit more, but you know, they had an extreme pull, and Freeland was maybe halfway, not quite halfway between the first and second base bag, and that ball was hit where you normally see a second baseman.
It's the 9th spot of the order. The rookie Brandon Valenzuela, first plate appearance. First and 3rd, 1 out, tied at 3. First pitch, ball 1. Kasparis with the 1-0. Runner goes for second. Swing and a miss. The throw down to second, and it skips away from Rojas. Coming hit is Schneider. He scores, and Toronto has taken the lead. Mo, you talk about this scenario time and again. First and 3rd, do you dare throw down? Will Smith decided to do that.
Well, they did it. Not quite a fast runner in Schneider over 3rd base, but nonetheless, the throw. And a good throw down there, but not really handled by Rojas. The ball went just under the glove of Rojas off the fingertips. It was a low throw.
Stolen base, E2 on Will Smith. Jimenez on second, still only one out, and the Dodgers back to trailing, now 4-3.
But that is a ball that has to be stopped. If not caught, has to be stopped at second base on that throw.
The 2-1. Valenzuela fouls back strike 2 and levels the count.
Well, way back early part of this game, we were talking about, well, it was the Blue Jays that were making some mistakes. They made a lot of mistakes over the first couple of games of this series. They lost. And the Dodgers make another mistake here that's costly.
Jeff Hoffman, the closer, now up in the Blue Jay bullpen in left field. The 2-2 pitch, they'll throw back to second base. Express a little late reading Rojas, trying to streak in behind Jimenez. Toronto 4, the Dodgers 3. 3 consecutive runs for the Blue Jays here in the 7th and 8th innings. Now the 2-2. Ground ball right side. Fielded by Freeland behind the dirt. A few feet on the grass. He throws out Valenzuela. Advancing to third on the plate is Jimenez. Here's George Springer.
So 3 of the 4 runs scored by the Blue Jays have been scored by guys that have walked.
Yep. Ohtani issued a 1-out walk in the third. Varsho got the second on a bad pass ball by Smith. Came home to score. Here's Springer taking strike 1. Then a leadoff walk issued by Dreyer to Schneider in the 7th. He came in on Springer's double. Then a 1-out walk to Schneider again here in the 8th. Comes in on a throwing error from Will Smith. The 0-1. Popped in the air. Playable in right field for Tucker. He's there to make the catch. That ends the 8th inning. The Blue Jays leave a runner, but they scored one and broke a 3-3 tie. It's a 4-3 lead. The Dodgers have 3 outs to tie it up or take the lead.
Now more than ever, let's uplift and strengthen our communities by supporting mental health awareness.
Agbayani will make the catch. Kemp will tag. He scores, and Agbayani thought there were 3 outs. 2 runs will score. Burks is in. Agbayani gave the ball to the fan. Watch this. He hands the ball, starts off a fan a couple of seats away, goes 2 down, 2 down. Look at the poor kid. What? Look at the eyes of that child.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay.
Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Cars for Kids. Friendly agents are standing by to take that donation at 1-877-CARS-4-KIDS. Cars with a K to donate your car today. Jeff Hoffman going to try and close things out for the Blue Jays. Toronto up on the Dodgers 4-3. But the Dodgers sending the top of the order to the plate, starting with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch swinging and missing. Strike 1. Hoffman pitched yesterday. An inning, 2 hits, 1 run it was earned, an intentional walk to Ohtani with 2 strikeouts as well. So far in this game, the series finale, Ohtani 0 for 2 with a walk and was also hit by a pitch. The 0-1 from Hoffman. Misses ball 1 and a level count. Just off the outside corner. A ball and a strike. Hoffman kicks and fires. And Ohtani swings through a high fastball at 96. 1-2.
Well, we're seeing more and more guys that have pretty good heaters just challenge Ohtani and work the ball upstairs.
Hoffman with a big exhale. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Ohtani knew it. A sinker on the outside edge. 1 out in the 9th. That is the 12th Dodgers strikeout today. Kyle Tucker. One out, nobody on. The pitch. Tucker swings and fouls it back. Well, the Dodgers led 3-1 going into the 7th, but the Blue Jays scored 2, the last of which came on an RBI base hit from Dalton Varsho, a left-on-left single. The best drive of the game presented by Edmunds. See how much your car is worth at Edmunds.com. 4-3, the Dodgers trailed down to their final 2 outs. The 0-1, up and away from Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman trying to close out the Dodgers here in Toronto, leading 4-3. The 1-1. Tucker rips a base hit into right center field. The tying run is aboard. Did you get where I was going?
Yep. Gotcha. You mean like that 1 out down by a run in the 9th inning of Game 7?
Just like that.
Oh.
One of the heroes in that 7th game digs in. Will Smith, tying run on, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Hoffman out of the stretch. Smith takes a ball up and in.
Huge gap on right side of the infield. Guerrero holding. Tucker at first, second baseman playing up the middle of the outfield, shading the opposite way a little bit.
On a 1-0. Hoffman misses up and in again on Smith.
Just in case, Dodgers action in the bullpen. Scott and Diaz both beginning to toss, just in case.
1 on, 1 out. 2 balls, no strikes on Smith. Here's the pitch. That's a strike called. Fastball taken at the top of the zone. Will Smith thought it was a little high. I think he would be right to challenge, but he is not. Tucker being held on first by Guerrero. Hoffman comes home and misses with ball 3. Smith in the driver's seat. 3 balls and a strike with the tying run on first, only 1 out in the 9th. Hoffman's 3-1. That's in there on the inner half, filling the count 3-2. A front door slider from Hoffman. It's the same pitch he tried against Miguel Rojas in Game 7. Full count. Here's Hoffman's payoff with the runner going. It's inside, ball 4, and the tying run is in scoring position.
Notice he did not come back with the 2-strike slider.
He did not.
A fastball inside off the plate.
Mound visit from the veteran pitching coach, Pete Walker.
I love this. Hold on to your seats.
And now it'll be Freddie Freeman's turn.
Well, we'll find out about Freeman. I mentioned earlier, first pitch of at-bats. Incredible numbers over the last
what did you say
3
it was?
years. 429. The way that RBI single in the 4th inning was first pitch.
So a mound visit from Pete Walker to settle down Hoffman. First and second, 1 out in the 9th. The Blue Jays lead 4-3. If you're Freddie Freeman, Mo, You think slider, you think fastball?
Well, you go in the memory bank and what he has done against you, and then what the scouting report shows. Does he pitch differently when you've got runners on base?
It's been a back-and-forth series finale. The Dodgers going to try and reverse the scales one more time. First and second, one out. The pitch. Freeman takes. It's ball one. He started him off with a sinker at 92.
And Freeman's 2 for 9 when he has faced Hoffman in the past.
Canada's own Freddie Freeman, a native son of Ontario. The 1-0 from Hoffman. Misses the inside edge. Ball two.
Here's another spot for base runners. Watch out for the line drive. They're playing up the middle. The shortstop playing. If he moves another 3-4 feet to his left, he'd be directly behind the second base bag.
Hoffman comes home. Freeman fouls away a fastball. 2-1. "20 games played at Rogers Center in Freddie Freeman's career. He has 26 hits and 20 RBI. The 2-1 coming. Freeman fouls away strike two on the third base side.
Fastball at 97.
Toronto 4, the Dodgers 3. Top of the ninth inning, one out. Tucker on second, Smith on first. Hoffman set, the 2-2 pitch. Strike three, swinging. Went upstairs with the fastball.
Went after ball three. That ball is up out of the strike zone and probably off the plate, too.
Well, it's going to be up to Max Muncy. Dodgers down to their final out. Hoffman's first pitch. Muncy eyeballs ball one, a fastball a little high. Dodgers fell behind 1-0, then scored the next 3 runs. Led 3-1 into the 7th, but the Blue Jays, with 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, they lead 4-3. They're 1 out away from salvaging the series. The 1-0 from Hoffman. And Muncy fouls it back. A ball and a strike. Muncy 0 for 2. He has walked twice today, one time intentionally. Tucker on second, the tying run. Will Smith on first, the potential go-ahead run. The 1-1. Little nubber left side of the infield picked up by Hoffman. He throws to first in time to get Muncy, and that's the ball game. The Dodgers put a scare into the Blue Jays in the 9th inning, but Toronto hangs on and avoids a series sweep, taking the finale by a final of 4-3. We're going to step aside for a moment and be back to put a bow on this one and this road trip. The Dodgers lose 4-3. Be right back on the Dodgers Audio Network.
Let's talk about Galpin Genesis of Van Nuys. Yeah, just like the boys in blue win titles, they want to win one as well. They're the newcomer. Just joined that Galpin family, but they bring that great Galpin spirit. What is that? Massive inventory. You're looking for a Genesis. How about 200-plus new vehicles ready for immediate delivery? Find it online at genesisofvannuys.com. Get all your financing squared away through email, and they'll drive that vehicle right